What's going on, everyone? This is Damien from Lore Seekers, and today I have a bit of a different deck for you. This is super casual meme lore combo deck, right? So with the newest Swan card, there is a way to get 10 lore, probably uninterruptibly, depending on how you set up. And we're going to explore that today. Roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So I'm gonna give you a brief deck breakdown. I'll talk about the game plan, the synergies and lines of play in this combo deck, and I'm gonna show you the big combo play, right? And then we'll just wrap it up with a summary. Big disclaimer, I'm relatively new and I'm not the best at building these decks. Big disclaimer, but you can use the list here as a blueprint. Or you can just try to follow the general idea. Probably, very likely, someone else can build this thing way better than I can. But hey, let's just dive into it. Let's go. Let's start with the game plan. We're building a crazy combo deck. So what are we doing? We're aggroing our opponent, and then we're finishing the game with a 10 lore combo. Yeah, that's the general idea, and it's all revolving around the Queen card and a couple of new cards from Shimmering Skies. So once we get to 10 lore, the game is basically over. The moment you get to 10 lore, the game is basically over. So I'm gonna show you how and why. As I've said, the deck is still unoptimized, so take the video as a blueprint. Don't take the list as gospel. So I'm not the best at this yet. So I'm still learning, but probably, like I've said, you can use this as a blueprint and maybe build an even better version. Here are the basics of our combo. So we start with early aggro, then we combo off, and then profit, I guess. So yeah, an aggro combo deck. Let's talk about the combo. The combo is the following. We have the Queen here. Her ability is a perfect disguise. We exert her, choose and discard a character card, gain lore equal to the discarded character's lore. We have Mirabel, who has the highest lore in the game at 5, so when we use Queen, we gain 5. And from the same set as Mirabel, we have Swan. Swan says when you play this character, you may ready chosen character. They can't quest or challenge for the rest of this turn. The Queen doesn't need to do anything. She just needs to exert herself and discard something to gain you lore. If you can do this with Mirabel twice, and there are ways in the deck to pull this off, you can gain basically 10 lore. Here's an example of how it works. So you start, you have the Queen. She's already in play. Let's say that she's in play. Her ink is dry. So you use her ability, you discard a card, you discard Mirabel. You gain 5 lore. Then you pay 4 to play Swan. Swan's ability will trigger and you will restand the Queen. Then you will activate Queen again, discard Mirabel, gain 5 lore more, and if you had 10 lore before you pulled off the combo, you win the game. Now you might be thinking, okay Damien, this seems a bit too ambitious. How do we actually pull it off? Because several things need to happen for this to work. First, the Queen must survive. Her ink must be dry, meaning that she needs to survive at least one turn. Then you need Swan and Mirabel, you need your key characters, and finally you need to get your opponent, you need to get to 10 lore before your opponent wins the game to be able to just win with a combo. Let's start with how to protect the Queen. So you have Obscura Spear. This is a card from the newest set. So basically, it's an inkable item for 1, and it has the ability Extract of Emerald. You pay 2 and you banish this item. Your characters gain ward until the start of your next turn. So by giving the Queen ward, you're protecting her. Of course, it's not gonna work in some niche situations, but most of the time it will work. So you also have an alternative way to do this by using dodge instead. Dodge costs 1 more. In the end, it will basically be the same, right? You will still have to pay 3 for the Queen, you will have to pay 2 to give her some sort of protection. It's just that Obscura Sphere needs to be in play, while Dodge you can just use it on the same turn that you play the Queen. You play the Queen on 5, you pay 3 for her ability, you pay 2 for protection, and then you win on turn 6. Alright, so we've handled protection for the Queen, but how do we get Mirabel? We are playing a couple of copies of Alma. So Alma is a free cost uninkable. Quests for 2 lore doesn't really matter. The ability though is to the table. When you play this character, you may search your deck for a Madrigal character card and reveal that card to all players. Shuffle your deck and put the card on top of it. So you need to get at least one Mirabel, at least one, to pull off the combo. Which basically means that you play Alma, you search your deck, you grab the Mirabel, you put her on top of the deck, and then you just draw her next time you draw. Alma ensures that you will get Mirabel 100% of the time. If you see Alma, you're getting Mirabel 100% of the time. Finally, you need a way to get Mirabel back to your hand, which is why you're playing Brunos Return. So another uninkable, yes, there are a couple of those in the deck, unfortunately. Pay 2, return target character from your discard to your hand, then remove 2 damage from chosen character. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you bring her back. So even with all of your tutors, there's still no guarantee that you will get 2 Mirabels to pull off the combo. So Bruno's Return ensures that we can get 10 lore with the combo on turn 6 by getting a Mirabel back to hand. Because on turn 6, with the Queen on the field, you're paying 4 for Sven. When you pull, first you do the combo, then you pay 4 for Sven to restand the Queen, which leaves you with 2 ink to play Bruno's Return to get Mirabel back to your hand and then get the other 5 lore. However, we can't just base our combo on seeing 2 copies of 4 copies of Mirabel in their deck. We need an alternative, just in case that we flat out don't see Mirabel on time. We run Robin Hood. He's not as good, but he gives us 4 lore, so it's still a good card to combo off. Here's the math. If you have 2 Robin Hoods, you gain 8 lore, which means that you win from 12. If you have a Robin Hood and a Mirabel, you gain 9 lore, so you win from 11. Or if you have 1 Robin Hood and 2 lore and a 2 lore card, which is 6 lore in total, you win from 14. Because you're playing aggro in the early game, you will have a couple of 2 lore cards. So as long as you can get your opponent at least to 14, in worst case, with Robin and any 2 lore card, you can win the game from 14 lore. So overall, it's a solid alternative choice. Last but not the least, let's just talk about the early game, and that is aggro. Because getting 10 lore won't always just win us the game. We need to set it up first, which means that we need to go super aggro in the early game. Our early game plan is basically Amber Emerald aggro. So we're running Piglet, Daisy, Lilo, and Kida. You can play Queen if you don't want to play Kida. You just need to get to 10 lore at least before you combo. And with cards that quest for a lot, like Daisy, like Lilo, like Piglet, you can get there relatively fast. Here is the deck. You can find this graphic on our social media on Facebook and Instagram. Links are in the description below. It is also on Dreamborn Inc. For those of you using the website, you can find it there. And like I've said, it's not super optimized. I'm toying with it, but here is so that you can get the general idea. Let me just run you through it briefly. So aside from your early aggro package, we're running only 2 copies of Alma because we have a lot of draw power. I figured, hey, maybe 2 copies of Rapunzel. She's inkable. She helps you draw more because, you know, at some point, finding your high end with Robin Hood and Mirabel is sometimes easier than hitting Swan and the Queen. Mostly because of Alma, because she helps you find Mirabel. Then you have Swan, Mirabel, Queen, Robin Hood. We are running 3 copies of Hey Hey just because we run so many uninkables. We run so many uninkables and we usually need to get to 6 ink to pull off a combo. It's possible to do it on 4 if you're facing a deck which just can't remove the queen in any way, if she's not exerted. We're running from our songs 4 copies of Be Our Guest. It's amazing, it helps us find any of our key characters. 4 copies of Strike a Good Match just to draw even more, because once you get to at minimum 10 lore, you just want to draw for your combo pieces. That's the only thing that you're interested in, just finding them. 1 copy of Your Welcome to help out a bit, 4 Brunos Returns, and of course 4 Obscura Spheres. Before we end the video, let's quickly jump into the summary. So the deck is really funny. It's really funny. I am far from the best deck builder in this game, so use my version as a blueprint. You can probably figure out a way to make it run even more consistently. The combo is kinda crazy, with the potential to be even crazier in the future, because Mirabel is just our first 5 lore card. In the future, who knows, we might get 6, we might get 7, maybe we'll get like an absurd card that gives you like 10 but costs 10 or something insane. Well, just discard it with queen, problem solved. So the deck relies on you seeing your combo pieces, so RNG might be an issue at times. And finally, the deck is just prime meme material. It's a meme deck, but when it goes off, it really goes off. So if you have these cards, I suggest you try it out. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, will you give this deck a go? Have you already tried this combo? Have you had success with it? Have you maybe even improved upon my version already? Let me know in the comments. I love building decks like this. Yeah, it's not super competitive, it's a silly combo, but it's always cool to get a silly combo off. So let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments, I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And while you're here, hey, share the video around, maybe it inspires some other players as well. And if you wish to help us out, hit those like and subscribe buttons, it really helps us out a lot. And stay tuned for more videos such as this one. This has been Damien from Lore Seekers, and I'll see all of you in the next video.